This is a $599 piece of aluminum. Today we are going to rip its head off, lobotomize its operating system, and lock it in a dark closet for the rest of its life.
Whoa, stop. Time out. Jay, our entire channel is about open source. We build sovereign AI. We are trying to escape the corporate walled gardens. Why on earth did you just give Tim Cook $600? Why didn't we build a custom Windows PC or a Linux rig? You're a hypocrite.
Because I am a pragmatist, Marcus, not a zealot. If we are going to build a sovereign AI that runs 24/7, listens to our voice, and actually controls our digital life, it needs physical hardware. And right now, purely by accident, Apple built the greatest budget AI server on the planet.
You make a strong claim that Apple built the greatest budget AI server on the planet. My Windows rig has an NVIDIA RTX 4080. It absolutely destroys Macs in raw power. Every tech channel on YouTube will tell you that.
For gaming? Yes. For video editing? You probably win. But for AI, you lose. Large language models, the brains that make AI smart, don't care about your CPU speed or your frame rate. They care about one specific thing: VRAM, video RAM. To run a smart AI agent locally, you need a model with billions of parameters. That requires about 16 to 24 gigabytes of VRAM just to load the brain into memory.
So, buy a big graphics card.
If you want 24 gigabytes of VRAM on a PC, you have to buy an NVIDIA RTX 4090. Do you know how much that single component costs? $2,000 just for the card. Then you need a massive power supply, and it pulls 450 watts of electricity while sounding like a jet engine.
Okay, and the Mac Mini? It doesn't even have a graphics card.
Exactly. Apple Silicon uses something called unified memory. It doesn't have a separate graphics card. The CPU and the GPU share the exact same pool of RAM physically baked into the chip. This base model Mac Mini has 16 gigabytes of unified memory, and because the bandwidth is absurdly fast, I can instantly allocate almost all 16 gigabytes directly to the neural engine to load massive AI models.
Wait, so this $600 box can load AI models that a $1,500 gaming PC would choke on?
Yes. It uses 10 watts of power at idle. It makes zero noise, and it fits in the palm of my hand. Apple accidentally built a Trojan horse for local AI servers, but it still runs Mac OS. It still has iCloud and Siri phoning home to Cupertino, so before we use it, we have to perform the lobotomy. We do not want Apple Intelligence. We do not want iCloud tracking. We want a dumb, silent host for our open WebUI brain.
So you aren't signing in with your Apple ID?
Absolutely not. Let's run through the important config now to give us what we want. Step 1. Skip the Apple ID login during setup. Do not link this to your iPhone. This machine does not exist on Apple servers. Step 2. Go to System Settings. Search Siri. Turn it off. Step 3. Search Analytics. Turn off Share Mac Analytics. We are blinding it.
Okay, the Apple brain is dead. But it's still just a desktop computer. What happens if you put this in a closet and a thunderstorm knocks out the power to your house?
Normally, it would shut down. And you'd have to go into the dark closet, find the box, and push the physical button to turn it back on. But we are making this immortal. Go to Settings, Energy Saver or Displays. Turn on Prevent Automatic Sleeping when the display is off. We want this awake 24/7. Then, check the most important box on the entire computer. Start up automatically after a power failure.
So if the grid goes down, the second power is restored to your house, the server wakes itself up.
Exactly. It heals itself. It boots up and automatically launches our AI scripts. Finally, we go to Settings, Sharing, and we turn on Screen Sharing and Remote Login. The lobotomy is complete. Now, we rip its head off. A headless server is a computer running without a monitor, keyboard, or mouse. You leave it in a closet, plugged into your router, and you control it remotely from your main laptop using screen sharing. But if you just unplug the monitor from a Mac, you trigger a massive hardware throttle.
What throttle?
To save power, when the Mac realizes there is no screen attached, it assumes nobody is looking at it. So it completely turns off the GPU hardware acceleration. If you try to remote into it from your laptop, the screen sharing lags horribly. It stutters. It feels like a computer from 1995. It is completely unusable because the CPU is struggling to draw the screen instead of the graphics card. Enter the Ghost Plug. This is a $6 HDMI dummy emulator. It has no cables. It's just a gold plug with a tiny microchip inside. When you plug this in, the Mac instantly thinks it is connected to a $1,000 4K Sony Studio monitor. The GPU fires up. Hardware acceleration activates. Now I can sit at my Windows desk, open screen sharing, and control the Mac seamlessly in 4K resolution, even though it's sitting in pitch black.
That is incredibly sneaky. A $6 hardware hack to bypass the OS throttle.
If you are building this, the links to the exact Mac Mini spec I use and a 3-pack of these ghost plugs are in the description below. Do not try to run this headless without that plug. The body is wired. The dummy plug is in. Now we insert the brain we built in episode 5. I've moved WebUI and our Kokoro voice models onto the Ghost server. And because it has 16 gigs of unified memory all to itself, it can do things my laptop couldn't. Last week, I promised you a voice clone.
You said it was dangerous.
It is. To do this in the cloud, you have to pay 11 labs, upload your ID, and agree to their terms of service. On our local server, I just need a 10-second clean WAV file of your voice, Marcus. I drop the audio file into the server. I am going to pull my Ethernet cable out of the wall right now, just to prove we are 100% offline. No Wi-Fi, no cloud. Execute.
The Sovereign stack is online. I am running on the metal. I do not sleep. You are obsolete, Marcus. Dude, that is actually terrifying. It didn't send that data to a cloud?
No cloud, no subscription, no latency. Just a $600 piece of metal sitting in the dark, thinking at the speed of light. If we can build this in 10 minutes for free, imagine what the data brokers are doing with the voice prints you give them every time you talk to Alexa.
Trust nothing you hear.
We now have a sovereign intelligence running 24/7. It has eyes, it has a voice, and now it has a permanent body. But right now, it is trapped inside that silver box. A brain without memory is useless. Right now, you are probably paying Google $10 a month for Google Drive. You are paying Apple for iCloud Photos. Next week, in episode 7, we sever that final cord. We are going to use this ghost server to build our own private cloud using Nextcloud. We are replacing Google Drive forever.
Wait, we can cancel iCloud entirely?
Entirely. The links to the Mac Mini M4 and the $2 dummy plug are in the description. And if you are a PC builder and you think I'm wrong about the unified memory, prove it in the comments. I'll be waiting. Welcome to the admin class.